hello everyone, and welcome to our Q&A session. So it's really great to see you guys, and we are looking forward to hearing from all of you today. So for those of you who are not familiar with our program yet, we are from Communication Leadership, commonly referred to as ComLead. It is a graduate program at University of Washington in Seattle. So since 2000, it has provided lots of students from all over the world with impactful learning opportunities and hands-on experience to help them become the leaders of tomorrow. So during their time in the program, students can build the necessary communication knowledge, strategies, and skills to manage the content, information, system, people, and change. So before we continue to talk more about the program, we will quickly go over some housekeeping stuff. So first of all, this event is being recorded, so you can access it later through the company YouTube channel. So please feel free to introduce yourself in our chat box and ask any questions you may have throughout the session. So if you are comfortable, you can just unmute yourself and ask your questions when it is time, or you can send it to me on the chat. So like here with me today are our student ambassadors, Brigitta, Azra, and Nick. So who's going to help me answer the questions, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about their company journey so far. So Nick, I'm start with you.
Hey there, my name is Nick and I'm MCDM. This is my second year, so I'm cohort 2022, as I think we all are. And my journey has kind of began as like a bit of a career shift. I was a production manager for many years, and in my undergrad, I studied English literature. And so in the kind of like my first year, I was kind of doing like a cross focus of some strengths that I was very strong in, like, writing, but learning different ways of writing, like copywriting, long form, short form, and things to like kind of enhance like a more career focused area of things that I had already studied. But then in addition to that, I've been trying to build new skills, such as like looking at data analytics, marketing and strategy, and things like that in order to, make a more well-rounded kind of professional acumen for myself.
Cool, thank you, Nick. And next, Brigitta, can you start like some introduction?
Okay, thank you, JC. Hi, everyone. My name is Brigitta. I'm from Indonesia, and I'm a Master of Communications in Communities and Network students at UW. And I'm in cohort 2023. And yeah, and for the last 5, maybe until 6 years, I work in various local nonprofit back there in my country, Indonesia. So yeah, it's in line. So as MCCN and my professional journey is in line each other. It's complete each other. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Brigitta. So Adra, start with you.
Hi everyone. My name is Ardra. I'm from India, and I worked in communications for a couple of years, content development and working with tech companies for their communication purposes. And I'm an engineering undergrad, so I was looking to improve my skills per se. So I wanted to study the field that I was working in and also learn courses that are, around writing, like design and UX and marketing and things like that, because communication requires us to work with all of those people as well, or even for us to do those things actively. Yeah, I got here last year, like Nick, and I'm in the MCCL program, so I'm doing the longer one, which just means that I have more flexibility and more courses to choose from. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sure. And also for better to introduce myself. So my name is Jessie. I am the cohort 2022, same with Nick. So with the track of the MCDM. So with my bachelor degree, I am a marketing background. So after that, I entered the company. So I just get a small gap, which is 3 months between my undergrad to the grad. So in the company, I am like more explore lots of like possibility for myself. So I trying to like take some UX class and also for the storytelling and also for just the marketing and the data. So for right now, I'm pretty sure like I have the passion about marketing too. So I'm keep going about my undergrad degree, like in the marketing field and like just to learn more about the data and analytics in the company. And right now I'm just doing some marketing intern jobs and in a in a B2C e-learning company, and I will be graduate at the end of this year. So I'm seeking the full-time jobs too right now. So yeah, that's it for my introduction. And also, like, as you know, the focus of today's Q&A session lies on the different degree tracks that the company offers. So I will give you guys a brief overview of what those different tracks are before we finally move on to your questions. So the program started with only one track, and due to growing interest and increasing student numbers, so a second and third degree track was added around 2021. So I would like Nick to introduce the MCDM track first.
I kind of touched base on it a little bit, but the MCDM track is really like kind of focusing and emphasizing on like there's content creation skills, there's literacy of like emergent and developing technologies, and like proficiency of those platforms and how they're developing and where they're developing and what the future might look like as it moves forward. And this is really, it's going to teach students to like craft an intelligent engagement and using strategy of those media products and that production and this distribution of content, its analytics. And like there's a lot of courses that you can do for marketing and design and storytelling and the like. But a couple of examples is there's one that's called the future of marketing, which is like kind of looking how marketing could be looking 10 years, 20 years down the road with developing technologies. And then there's introduction courses like Introduction to User Design, and then, learning more from that. Like there's a Psychology of User Design and Practicum of User Design that really, kind of build skills that you get from that introductory course. And then there's courses about law, data, privacy. So there's a lot of opportunity and there's a lot of learning that can be had from just picking and choosing what interests you and what you might want to specialize in, or what you're curious about and where you're like me, like I had mentioned, where your weak spots in your learning and what you would like to develop that in.
Cool, thank you, Nick. And for the MCCN, I would like Brigitta to introduce a little bit about that.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessie. So yeah, basically, the MCCN track has its focus on building community and then growing networks and crafting organizational identity. We here as a student of MCCN track learns collaborative skills necessary to manage change, recognize and navigate interpersonal dynamics, and also to design effective strategies for engaging, diverse audience or publics. In this track, we have some classes such as leadership approaches to equity initiatives in organizations. As you read it, it's quite long. And then we also have communications for advocacy and also content marketing. Well, you might find a full list of the class via website, comlit.uw.edu, and you may also explore your specialization, for example, maybe community and culture or community and leadership and so on. It's complete there.
Yeah, thank you, Brigitta. Like after that, I'd like Andrea to introduce a little bit about the MCCL. So it is a pretty new, like the track since 2000 or 2021. So I will let you, Andrea, to introduce about that.
Yeah. MCCL is the most recent edition, as Jessie mentioned. It's a 2-year program as opposed to the 1.5-year track that MCDM and MCCN are. And it provides a broad foundation if you're trying to make a career pivot, or if you have little experience and need avenues to launch yourself in the communication and media industries. And it requires 60 credits. MCDM and MCCN require 45 credits. There's a required internship that we have to complete, a professional writing training, a law course that we have to take, a capstone project that we have to do. There are more requirements in general, but at the same time, there's a broad arena of courses that you can pick from for fulfilling these requirements. And it's specifically designed for those seeking a broad foundation in communication theory, practice, methods, and particularly if you don't have much experience earlier. What I also like about the program is that it has independent studies that we can do with professors that you find a rapport with, or if you just want to learn a specific arena, you can just mail any of the professors and talk to them about what you would like to do. So that is beyond the coursework that ComLead offers. And I'd like to talk about a little thing. My roommate also does MCCL. Her name is Ashwini. And the fun fact is that for the whole year that we've been together, we haven't taken even one elective same. So we are pretty much doing the same program, but in very different ways. And that's the kind of flexibility that the program gives you. And it has flexible timings. So that means that you can do many other things that the university offers as well. So yeah, it has a lot of space for you to design your own master's experience, I think.
Oh, thank you so much, Ajra. Okay, so like if you guys are interested in learning more about the program, so feel free to reach out to us anytime or attend more of our upcoming Q&A sessions. So we also have several like upcoming Q&A sessions, and we have open house. It is in person and both virtual in the November, and we also have like some other info session in the upcoming weeks. So you can find our email IDs as well as the event links in the chat box. So I will send it right now. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, after we introduce all of our track and also ComLead program, so we would now like to answer the many questions we may have in the chat box. So you guys can feel free to ask any questions in the chat box. So if we have the time limitation, so we might not be able to get to all over them, but I think we are totally good because like currently we have 2 participants. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself or like leave them to the chat box, and we are very willing to answer. So any questions right now? Feel free to type it in the chat box or just unmute yourself.
If there are no questions, I think Nick and I would be happy to talk about some of our classes or anything of that sort as well.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, I'm throwing you under the bus.
Cool. So FY, do you have any questions right now? Okay, I think
it's very early.
Yeah,
and it's in the middle of the night for them.
Yeah, we can just talk a little bit about our life in the company right now, and like any courses like we have the recommendations to the others or the prospective students. So I can go first. Yeah, I would say I started the company in the last year, which is June. So I am like more earlier than other cohort 2022. So because of my like I have options that Heather gives you. So like you can just enter a little bit early to others. So I choose that and start in the June. So I took lots of different classes like the marketing. So like marketing 521, 522, the future of marketing or digital marketing. So all of them are pretty good and give you a lot of like theoretical foundation about the marketing field. And also you have the chance to get a lot of like different projects, maybe the B2C, B2B or NGO. Like I'm really highly recommended about the future of marketing, which is 522. So you will have a lot of opportunities to like just to do and get in touch with lots of emerging platform and technologies combined with a different type of business. So that's pretty cool. And also I just like trying a little bit about the UX part. So the 512, 511, so lots of different like courses about the UX design. I would say they are pretty good if you have the interested in the UX part and you also want to learn more about the UX research or the design, and you have the opportunities in these courses to build your own portfolio for the UX part to apply the job. So all these things are pretty like straightforward for myself currently, and I will say the classes that I took before gives me plenty of the opportunities to like explore more about my possibilities in my future career path. Yeah, so who else wants to go next? Just feel free to unmute yourself.
I want to ask.
Yeah.
Do you? I mean, yeah.
Sure.
Because I work in a ComLead, how you manage your time about all of these activities to make it on track.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is important for us, the academic and non-academic activities. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So like like you guys know, but student lessons are now no, like because we took some classes right now, so all of our classes are in the evening. So it's pretty good for me like to do some jobs, not only just on campus, but of my off-campus job in my like the weekday. It is not like plenty of times like the courses will take. So it's pretty good for me. Yeah, like Sandra says, evening or weekend classes. So it's pretty well for me. Like I can manage myself in the weekday, that in the morning, afternoon, I will like took my jobs, not only because I am the outreach and event coordinator in the company right now. So we have a lot of different events in sometimes in the weekdays, sometimes it's in the weekend. So that's pretty cool. And I would say that's not like just like too much times for me like to host about different events, and it's pretty cool. But like sometimes I'm really struggle with balancing my like off-campus job, because I also get a marketing intern job right now off the campus. So it's pretty like the workload is like a little bit big, but just trying to like divide it and schedule my everyday life and trying to like make the high priority things at first, and after that like just trying to like learn the time management skills right now. So it's a little bit struggle, but I would say everything goes well. And right now I am already find a balance between the life and the work and my study life. Yeah. Thank you, Rita. And anyone wants to go next about like introduce a little bit your life in the school and also your experience to taking some classes?
I can go. As I mentioned, I like to write. So I took a professional long form writing with Nick. It was one of the best classes that I've taken in ComLead. It's by Anita Crofts. She used to be I think she's one of the founding members of the program. And now she's the artist in residence, and she's a wonderful professor. She really built this environment for us to be vulnerable, be brave with our writing choices, decide what we want to do, and really curate our pieces with a lot of intention. And through that, I was able to also design a magazine of some of our writings, and it's on our ComLead website if you want to check that out. And I was also able to make a short video from my piece, and I submitted it for the Screen Summit, and I was lucky to get the Audience Choice Award. It was fun. It was a lot of, I did not expect it at all, especially because I didn't know how I was going to make it into a video script, but it turned out okay, I think. And that was a lot of fun trying to make use of one piece in different formats. And I also did a study abroad program during this summer. That was incredible. So the University of Washington has a study abroad department, and you are free to apply to any of the courses that you like, as long as it aligns with your career goals. And there's a selection process, and there's a little bit of a selection, I don't know, criteria, but then I got through and I was able to go to Rome for creative writing, and ComLead has been very supportive of that. I get to take 5 credits from the program, and that's something I would recommend for anybody out there. It's great to try new things from the university apart from what ComLead allows you to do. And ComLead is really flexible about it. They were very kind to help me get a scholarship for the whole thing, and it's been incredible. And as Jesse mentioned, ComLead consultancy gives you jobs, and that's something that's amazing as well. For you to get on campus part-time jobs that are in your fields of interest, say marketing or content design and UX writing, and a whole set of jobs and volunteering positions. So I've done some of that as well over the last year, and it's been great. So I think the consultancy and all of the things that the university offers is great. Yes, it's a lot of time management and balancing, but it's worth it. So yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you, Audra. And like Nick and Brigitta?
Yeah, I'll second part of what Ardra was saying, is that we took that long form writing course, and it was so much fun, and Anita was like so much help and so warm, and she was hard too, like by no means like having like such a meaningful relationship with a professor. By no means that you're gonna walk away with an easy grade. And that's part of like, stepping into a master's program is that you're really, it's your responsibility to really step into a position where you're, you want to be challenged and you want to be working hard. And for me, I'd gotten a previous degree in writing, and just on the level of a graduate school, like I was pushed. I like learned so many things about different platforms, about different ways to write, and found a way to like really kind of dial in the way that I had been wanting to write for a long time. And it was a great program. And even now, like 6-9 months later after that program, I'm still in communication with Anita, our professor, just asking her questions about ways to enhance that skill and things that like I'm interested in, things that I'm reading, and like networking that I can do. And that's a big thing. That's a big part of this program. And you're really going to hear that a lot if you kind of continue the path of learning about CommLead. Is that it's about making those connections, like bridging the gap to have those conversations. Because when you have a rapport with your professors, like you can continue it, and they're going to continue to help you and continue to like to build what you want. And kind of go back to like I came into CommLead like not sure what I wanted to do. Like I had gotten that degree and had done a lot of years in a managerial setting, which a job that I liked, but it wasn't like filling my soul. And so I wanted to kind of shift things up, and I saw this as like kind of a good stepping stone to the language degree that I had gotten before. And part of that is just about really exploring, and that was kind of like I gave myself my first 2 quarters, first year to like kind of feel things out and like see what I'm enjoying, see what I'm happy doing. And part of that was that writing course, but then like thinking about how I can leverage writing into a way that like for me would be like give me an opportunities, give me career advantage, give me, something to like build what I envision to be my future life down the road. And for me, that's partially been, has been like this year has been like, kind of digging into marketing. But last year in the spring, I took a data science course, was just curious about it, wasn't sure what it was going to present, but I was able to learn some programming, learn how to like crunch data, do data analytics. And, as difficult as it was, and it was a huge challenge. It was so much work because I had no idea how to, program. So I was learning Python and all these things that I was totally unfamiliar with. But then leveraging like my capacity to, tell stories, to take this data and find something interesting about it and tell a story about what this data is telling us about the world. What is happening? Like, why is this thing? Finding interesting questions. And so leveraging my skills while building new skills at the same time, so I could, work hard, took a lot of work, but also felt like there was a foundation of things that I knew that could, give me an edge, give me something to make those projects interesting, really has been like a great opportunity. And that's what you're going to see when you go into like these classes. Like, how do you leverage your skills that you already have, and where are you going to grow? Like, where's the opportunity? And it's exciting, and diving headfirst is great. And I'll finish up with one other thing is I would say do not work full-time if you're going to do full-time courses. I did that last year, and it's when we're talking about that like work-life balance, it's just 40 hours a week and trying to do that, because something's going to slip. It's either going to be the work or it's going to be the courses. So this year I'm more focused on my studies, and so like take your time and enjoy it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I agree with you, Nick. Thank you so much for your like all the things that you share. It's pretty valuable for us. And also, so Brigitte, do you have anything you want to share?
Yeah, thank you for sharing, guys. I mean, as a newcomer here, so I still need time to like adapt, to absorb everything. And one thing that I found here, there's a lot of events, there's a lot of chances that sometimes I'm feeling so confused, which one should I go or which one should I choose? And yeah, but sometimes it's I overwhelmed with that. And but one thing that I also found that the faculty member here also helped me through this moment gently. they just saying that you have to take your time, being present, slowing down. It's okay to just take a break in your room, not always to participate. And yeah, I really want to hear from you guys. I mean, you guys, my senior, yes, how you overcome all of the chances, all of the things that's just there's a lot here. How can you share it? Maybe for other people here that join us. Yeah, maybe it's useful too for them.
Who's going? For me, balancing is I get energized by meeting people, not all the time, but for the most part. So it's kind of fun to see people from our cohort. And we had a welcome party on Friday. Jesse did a great job arranging it, and there were so many people from our alumni, from new cohorts, and a lot of our professors. It was fun. It's fun because you're in an informal setting, just to get to know everybody and get to know what they're thinking about and how they're sort of going about the courses and how they are making choices. All of that helps with deciding what you want to do in the program. I didn't come here knowing which electives I will take. I just figured that out I'm still figuring it out as I go. And I think 60 credits helps with that. Like, you have a little more room to, make those decisions. Um, but I think that the social events really help with getting to know how people are making use of the program and the resources in the university. I spoke about the study abroad because nobody really knew about it in my cohort, and it's not really. I mean, different people do different things. So in order to get to know what they're doing, you have to talk to them. That's an unfortunate byproduct if you don't like talking to people. And I think communication is about interacting and learning from people. So it's part of the job. Um, but yes, like Brigitte said, I do stay at home some days and I'm just like, I'm not going to do anything. I have sometimes taken extensions on some assignments because I haven't been able to make time for them, especially if you don't feel like you have given your best. Professors do make room for those kinds of, I guess, step backs. I mean, yeah, it's essentially because you weren't able to make some time the way that you wanted, but that's okay. It's not considered a failure. The idea is for you to have intention and keep trying. And like Nick said, it's your responsibility to make full use of the program. We are paying quite a big amount of money, and we are here to learn for ourselves. So that should be your lighthouse, and don't let any of the other overwhelming factors get in the way. Just see if any specific thing is serving your larger goal from the program, and that can help you. Yeah, especially when you feel overwhelmed.
Well put, Ardra.
Thanks.
Absolutely. And it's really like, it's like there is so much tolerance. I said earlier that like you're going to get pushed hard, and you really will. And that's what you want, though. Like, that's the opportunity to step outside your box, and like that is your responsibility. But like Ardra said, like there's been times where I'm just like, I want to present my best work here, and like, can I have another day? And like, maybe I lose half a point, 0.25, or a full point or something like that. But it's more worth like the end result being exactly what you want than like pushing through, because this isn't like undergrad. It's not where like, or other kind of learning where like you need to be on time, because the being on time is what's that's the whole thing, is like you need to get it, and that's what it is. Like, yes, you have a deadline, but constantly, like, I might be turning things in late on our online platform by a few hours just because I needed to like take one extra step and a little extra effort to make sure that I'm presenting my best work. And generally, if I'm like an hour or 2 or 3 hours late, I haven't gotten docked for it. And if I'm really concerned about it, I'll throw out an email to the professor, be like, hey, like, I wanted to make sure this was, you know, what I can do best. And it's almost always been well received. And if it's not well received, it's worth the loss because I know that I feel better about my work. And that's been really helpful for me. And like, trust me, I take it seriously. Like I want to be like 4.0 all the way by all means, because like that kind of abstract thing matters to me. But at the same time, like what they're expecting is that you feel good about it. And and again, like stepping outside of that zone of comfort, like if you're not a people person, if you like prefer doing other things, like you're going to step into the program and all of a sudden like you realize that you're talking in front of like a classroom every week, or like twice a quarter you're making a 15-20 half hour presentation. And so leaning into that, and all of a sudden you're going to realize like a couple quarters in that like, wow, I'm getting good at this. Like all of a sudden, like I'm like my presentation skills are getting better, my public speaking. And so there's like this nuance of like skills that you're not even going to realize you're going to be building, but it'll come. You'll be better at public speaking. You'll be better at interacting with people in situations, and don't shy away from it. Like definitely have like the introversion in myself that like makes me clench up and start sweating before I need to present. And just stepping fully into that place is like been good for me and has helped me grow, and I'm grateful for those opportunities.
Yeah, so I will say, like, I shared something before like Nick and in the very beginning, but I will say one thing that I learned from the community is just do yourself, be yourself, and to find what is the things that you are really passionate about. So like I said before, I'm just trying to like learn more and trying to like explore more opportunities, like the storytelling, the communication, and also for the UX design. But after that, like I struggle I think in the last year, the same months, I'm really struggle because I don't know like what I really want to do after I graduate. I don't know like what is about my career path. So lots of people maybe have the same struggle times with me. But I will say like after that, when you just trying to learn more and trying to like explore yourself, you will find the things that you're truly passionate about that. And I will say like you cannot lie yourself and others, because like sometimes this is the lesson that I learned from this year when I trying to apply the different internships. So at the very beginning, I'm just trying to apply different jobs, the communications, the marketing, the UX, the content designer, all the things I'm trying to apply. But when I just got the interview with like maybe the hiring managers, HR, like I would say I cannot like just trying to lie for myself that I really like that, because I do not like the UX design. I did not like trying to writing more, like try to writing like a long article. I hate about that, So I would say like you cannot trying to make yourself like trying to like assume like you are really like have the passion about the things that you actually don't like. So after that, I realized that, okay, the things that when I'm just trying to talking about the thing related with the marketing, digital part, like maybe the search engine, I feel I am really passionate about that thing. So I will say, okay, that's my feeling during the process about the interview or like talking with other people. So I will say this is like the most important lesson that I learned from the graduate program, from like the classes, and also from my interview, just the job hunting. So the lessons that bring me like to these steps that I trying to find the full-time job. Sometimes in these days, I am also like really struggle for that I'm trying to find something that can give me more money, or like just maybe something that can just accept me. But after that, I will say, no, that is not the exact thing I'm really passionate about. And I can do not like feel a really long time. So I will say, just do yourself and trying to find what are the exactly things that you are really passionate about and explore more. So, and also like you just enter the graduate program, but I will say like no rush for that. You are not like really in hurry, because you have lots of time trying to explore yourself and find the true things that you are really passionate and love that. So I will say everything are like goes really well, and you will finally find yourself like in maybe some field, maybe some marketing, maybe the UX, or just the communication. So just be yourself and trying to keep going to find yourself. So you will feel like if you find the things that you're truly passionate about, you will feel you're so happy every day. Like you will enjoy your life, enjoy your work, and enjoy the thing you are learning. So yeah, that are some things that I learned from like my past experience, and hope it will be useful for others, for you guys. Yeah, and
Are you feeling more confident, Brigitte?
oh, really?
No, I'm just asking Brigitte because she
Okay.
sounded really nervous about
Yeah, definitely.
time.
Still figuring out something, everything.
Yeah, same here.
It's about the process. It's not about the end result.
Yeah.
Nick wrote a whole
Okay.
article about it. Please read it. Yeah, he wrote the whole. I mean, it was about the process, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate that. And you have to you feel in wonderment about it as well. But it's true. It's really, you know, enjoy it, like feel like soaking it in and like enjoying it as you go. Like I feel like so much of it is career driven and like let's get through it and let's move on to the next step. And like that's how I've done other parts of my education, is just like kind of plowing through. And I'm really trying to like, you know, I'm not really slowing down the program, but like it's just day by day, it's piece by piece, it's project by project, and you know, enjoying it as it goes. And I still don't know exactly what career I'm going to be doing. You know, I'm still in like a level of abstraction that I was last year, but I'm all right with it. It's, you know, it's okay. It's like, I know things will kind of piece together. What matters to me is like, I'm interested every time and I'm happy. Like, yes, I'm tired. Yes, I'm working hard. Yes. Like sometimes it's kind of rough, but like, are the books interesting? Am I having good conversations with my classmates, with alumni? Am I showing up? Am I like, it's just, you know, piece by piece rather than like seeing it as an end goal, because then you'll get to the end of it and we're like, what happened there? Like, what did I learn? Like, what was that was meaningful and special about this experience? And I think like by, you know, slowing it down, like mentally, like without like this big objective, like this big box that's way down the way, then like for me, I'm going to learn more. I'm going to engage more. I'm going to connect more to my learning and to the people around me. And for me, that's really special and has really like helped me just do what I want to do. And hopefully that at some point I'm going to arrive at an idea of what work I would enjoy and like what that career pivot for me is exactly going to look like. And slowly it's coming into picture. Like I can see it happening, but you know, I accept that, and that's the way it's going to be for right now.
And if nothing else, the university is so pretty. It will distract you from all of your worries. It's just so pretty. There's so many. It's pretty through the seasons, all of the seasons, even when it's cold, even when it's rainy, it's pretty. So there's so many trees. It's just nice. It's nice to be here. It's nice. It's a nice city as well. Yeah, you can go around. There's a lot of parks. It's a beautiful city to like just explore by yourself, and the public transport is great. So there's a lot of other good aspects to this journey as well. So it's not all education. It's not all just about it's also your personality development. It's you're living in a new country if you are international, and yeah, building up from scratch because there's pretty much nothing here for you already. So you have to build all of it anew, and that's not. It is intimidating, but it's also a nice, gratifying journey. Just take one day at a time, like Nick said, and fine. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. Like, it is valuable lessons, not only for all of you guys, but also for myself. So I will say that's pretty like good day. And yeah, like I just want to chime in right now. So if just make sure like any attendees have any questions right now, like feel free to use the chat box to answer, like ask, or like just unmute yourself. Okay, I think it might not have any questions. Yeah, I find the questions forms why. So the first one is there anything to pay attention for international students when applying for MCDM or some suggestions for portfolio? And number two, if I am interested in emerging interactive technology communication like VR or AR and wish to apply for MCDM, is there any courses recommended? Okay, so I can go first because first of all, like applying for the MCDM, like if you start about the apply, like you are trying to get preparation for your materials and trying to like maybe just trying to record yourself about the video interview. So one thing that I think is pretty important, like I said before, is be yourself and trying to like express and show your passion about the marketing, about the communication, the communication leadership, this exactly degree that you want to apply for. So why you want to apply for this, like maybe the MCDM, why you want to go to the company, like what are the unique things that you have, like make the faculty or the staff to like accept you. So that's the thing I think is pretty important. And also for the number two, I will say, like I said before, the marketing courses, which called the 522, the future of marketing, that is a like really good class that you can get touch with lots of emerging like the technology, for example, like the VR or AR. So that is exactly the thing that I did for my campaign and the presentation in that week. So it is like combined with the B2C business and the VR and AR and use these technologies to get some recommendations to help this B2C business to like maybe grow about the awareness of like just trying to like make the reputation of the brand. So I'm really highly recommend about these courses. And I believe we have another courses called the 533, the emerging platform, something like that, but I did not.
I took that course.
Yeah. So you can share some experience about that. Yeah.
Storytelling for emergent platforms. And it's by Sandy Siofi. She is a pioneer in terms of photography, videography. She has an agency of her own where they produce media for clients. It can be advertising, it can be campaigns. She does a whole bunch of stuff, so she's very knowledgeable. And I think she brings this whole energy and knowledge to class every time. And it's a weekend class. Weekend classes are a little hard, but it's a full day of interactive, intensive learning about new technologies and how storytelling can be done through those. VR and AR is a huge part of that. She showed us a lot of examples of how it's already been done and how it's being used right now, and that I felt that was a good exposure. I'm also taking Future of Marketing now, and I think that the perspective is very different. And in Sandy's class, it was more about how you bring your story forward and how you stick to the core of the story, no matter what other external factors affect that decision. But Future of Marketing is more about the execution, knowing how to make it work and what you have to do in order to make it effective. And yeah, it's two different sides of the same coin, and I think both the courses might help you if you're really interested in learning about VR and AR. But I wouldn't say that there is one course where you can learn how to build that technology. That's not what ComLead offers. I think it's more about how you use the technology to tell the stories that matter to you. So yeah.
Cool. Any other details like you guys want to like add for the application or for the courses?
I think the essay is a little bit of a challenge because it's 500 words. Nick, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
It's 500 words, so you have to be really on point. Just edit it multiple times, go through it many times, condense it as much as possible. And I think just make clear, like Jesse said, why you are interested in this program and why you have to be in this program. I did not apply to any other programs. I applied only to this one. And that was because I knew that this program had the kind of flexibility and broad range that I wanted. So I made that the focus of my applications, both the video essay and my essay. Also use anecdotes. Make sure that you talk about your experiences and why they are leading you here. So that helps with personalizing your essay. It's not just you're not just anybody else who wants to do the program. You are you, and why you want to do this is what they are interested in. So I think that matters. So yeah. And portfolio, I did create a portfolio. That's because I have some work experience, but I think even your passion projects and whatever you've done for learning the fields that you like are welcome. So yeah. Nick?
I think Ardra said it all. Like, yeah, I wouldn't lean too hard on the portfolio, unless like the projects that you've done like are self identifiers. Like, I did this because it's who I am, what I'm about, and this is why I want to be in the program. So it's less about like, here's the work I done, here's like my skills, and this. It's more, the program is more interested in like, I did this because I really care, because I really want it, in your video essay and in your written essay, because it's short. This isn't it's not a job application. It's graduate school, and they, because you care, because this is meaningful, this is why I did this work, and this is what I want to focus on. It's not like, I've done all this, I've done all this, I've done all this, and I want to do more of this. Unless those things are, at your core and what you're about, then I wouldn't focus too much on them. And I would focus more on like, who you are, what you care about, and why you want to work on it. So don't stress too much about the portfolio. I certainly didn't like focus too much on past experience, more like what I care about, what I want, and how this graduate program can help me achieve those goals.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys. And any other questions right now? Yeah, of course. Okay, so I think that's it. And if you guys have any questions, you can just reach out to our email address or like send it to my email. So I will say like, just thank you so much for all of you guys, like our student ambassadors, to taking this time to like discuss a little bit more about your experience and like trying to like give them some suggestions for you, like your experience. That's pretty like help and benefit a lot. And also thank you so much for everyone who joined us and brought like their questions about the program to this session. So I'm just saying like thank you everyone, and we hope to see you guys all here like in the next year. So okay. And another thing is we will be sharing this recording of this event on the company YouTube channel after this event, maybe in the tomorrow or the next Monday. So if you'd like to come back and to say it later, you can feel free to go to the YouTube channel. And okay, and once again, feel free to reach out to us through any of the mediums that we share on the chat. And also we will stick around for a few more minutes to, you can save this contact information or any last minute questions for that. And again, thank you so much for you guys to join us today.